Tonight, from Brooklyn, New York, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Brooklyn Bulls taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, a new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. And goal standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bulls march right down the field on the opening drive to take a first-quarter lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical? And almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception. He wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Draymond Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
2nd and 20.
They'll set up a throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Out of the gun now on third down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Back to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Bulls are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And on 4th down, team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They try the left side here with Williams. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Four yards remain for 2nd down.
Touchdown! That's caught. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Bulls are able to extend their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. Set Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Atlanta regains possession of the football. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Blocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is brought in at the 21.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So they got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On second down now, it's Williams. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Williams. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been effective in their winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent. And, of course, the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball, too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over the middle, and It's complete. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. The Packers are making a strong play to be postseason bound come January as they run their mark to 7-2 with the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in their ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington football team. T. Higgins, well over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf, a touchdown catch in the victory. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Second and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throw left side complete. That's Stevens. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. That one will set them back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
What's the deal, dog?
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. $35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they'll get this down to the 10.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Bulls open the lead up to 34-0.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This is it! This is it!
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Brown. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And that's a gain of 6 on the first down run. They give it to Williams, running right. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options. But when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. The busy night continues for Williams. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Throwing right, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Oh, a good move at the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Williams.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Bulls appear to be headed to a 9-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Williams. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to throw now on first down. This one swung out to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So out come the Falcons now. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 114 yards rushing for him so far this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the home team here, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.